Okay, I need to move my paint bucket over here, get it out of the way. I won't be crossing back and forth over in front of the camera. Welcome to the studio. I'm working still on embellishing this limited original clay. And I'm going to work on the Indian paintbrush flowers. I have no brain mouth coordination today. These are not Indian paintbrush. These are Indian blanket flowers. These flowers right here. And I'm working on going to embellish them. So I'm using alkyd oils. They dry faster than regular oil paint. And so these are, again, one of our beautiful Texas wildflowers that pop out in the spring. And I'm using a mixture of cadmium red deep and cadmium red light for the darker central portion of these. And when I'm embellishing, I like to go back and repaint on a lot of the flowers. Helps to give them texture, brightens their colors. And so each piece is different, because I just can't do any of them exactly the same. That's why we call them limited originals. Each of these starts out the same. It's part of an edition, and they're numbered. And then the embellishment makes them original within that edition. This is a term that Jack came up with when we started doing these, and our collectors love them. They offer a less expensive alternative than an original oil painting, but each one is very unique. And these Indian blanket flowers, the ends of the petals have yellow on them. They're a dark orangey red. And these are in shadow. So I'm going to use cadmium yellow medium for the yellow on the flowers. The ones in the brighter light I'll use lemon yellow, so they'll pop out. And this is my cadmium yellow medium. Just accent the ends of those little petals. The botanical name for these flowers is Gaillardia. Indian blankets is easier to say. Now here I'm using the lemon yellow, and the center part of these will be brighter because they're in the sun. I'm using cad red light. Just a pretty little flower. Our hillsides in the spring, when we have a pretty wildflower year, oh, it's just a cornucopia of color. It's like God has just taken big cans of paint and splashed the hills with color. If you've never been to Texas in the springtime, you need to make a trip here. As you can tell, all of us Texans are very, very proud of our springtime wildflowers. And when I painted this painting originally, Amanda said, please fill the field around our old homestead, fill it with wildflowers. She said, we want just a whole mix. So that's what I did. That was a delightful task. What a neat request. Any of you who are familiar with my work know I like flowers. And to just fill the fields with wildflowers is a treat. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back and the centers, I'm going to redo the centers, and I'm using, this is a mixture of mud, which is alizarin crimson, plus ultramarine blue, plus a little liquid. I'm just going to totally black out the centers. So I've kind of painted over them a little bit with the color that I added into these. So I'm going to redo the centers black. And I'm just brace my hand against the easel so that I'm steady, and it takes the strain off of your rotator cuff if you brace your hand. I could do this without bracing, but it really begins to take a toll on that rotator cuff and you feel it. So this just maintains the health of my shoulder. Anyone who paints for a living spend a lot of hours at the easel, so you want to keep your body in tip-top shape. I do shoulder exercises, and Jack had rotator cuff problems, and oh my gosh, there were some days it was hard for him to lift a paintbrush. Now I come back and I'm going to add the little centers in these. This is just lemon yellow. I lay that color on top of that black, or the mud. The ones in the sunlight, I use the lemon yellow, just like I've used on the tips of the petals. And then I'll use the cadmium yellow medium then for the ones that are in shadow. Now I'm going to start using the cadmium yellow medium for these down here that are not hit by the sunlight. Oh, that one just doesn't want to. There we go. Just throw a few little petals down here on the ground. Makes it appear more real, especially in nature. Lots of little flower petals are on the ground. That's our Indian blanket flowers. I'm going to let this one get a little tip of light just right here. Okay, that's that batch of Indian blanket flowers. I appreciate you watching my YouTube videos. Please also visit my blog where I show the complete step-by-step process of this painting and also the others that I do. The blog address is on the final frame of my video, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You have a great day and happy painting!